again. So let's get back to our mysteries. Anything exciting happened while I was gone? Hopefully not. So we are continuing our game. So we are finally back in the library, and we'll have a look at it. So let's see. So when we go down there and the alarm goes off, he comes in. Do we have any way to prevent that? So now we can go down, down. So we're down here now. So now we can look at stuff. Chess. True stories behind famous portraits. Marie Antoinette. Of the many great portraits painted by Marcel Bonnet during his career, none has fueled more controversy and gossip than this portrait of Marie Antoinette. Yeah, that's tiara, blah blah blah. No, I just played. I used to play a lot of role-playing games. So, and often as the game master or storyteller, whatever you want to call it. And then you have to switch roles quite often. And if you think I'm okay, you should really hear the husband. My husband is an amazing actor. Although he never had any training, but for a lay person, he's very good. So, the channel. That's the painting that we just read about, as you probably noticed. Oh, don't tell me I have to remember what it says in the description, that she's missing something here from all the jewelry. Hopefully not. Just check if I turned on the recording again. Yes, I did so. Everything's well. Because I was using the bwyrm as well to split up my files a little and have them more manageable. Nothing here. I saw that I can go there. I just want to check the other stuff first. The diary of Hans Axel von Fersen. Oh, my Outlook is ringing. I'll just turn that off. I'm back in a sec. So, the diary of Hans Axel von Fersen. Okay, he was a Swedish-French soldier and diplomatic agent. So, in love with Marie Antoinette, who was supposedly dumb as a piece of non-sliced bread. Oh no. More dates, my old nemesis. Okay, so we have June 3rd, 18th, 29th of June, 1791, and 1st of July, 1791. And that's it, I think. So the whole tower has something to do with Marie Antoinette. And then we can go there and No, it's just the same. We can't do anything else, just look at the damn diary. Unexciting. Another book, The Purple-Hearted Queen. And in regards to roleplay games, I started off with a German fantasy game, which was like an alternative to D&D, and then moved on to Shadowrun, then to the World of Darkness of White Wolf fame. Can't do anything except for the book, okay. And then later on, yeah, well, and nowadays I'm mainly playing something homebrewy, which uses a variant of the Coriolis rules, but the setting is usually present day or close to that, and with a strong Cthulhu vibe in it. So it's more like murder mysteries, something like that. Murder mysteries with some occult things in it. And recently started playing again. So after a big break with the kids, it was time to start again. Okay, so we need some numbers. I think I heard something move, but I have no idea what it means. Did we have some kind of numbers before? It is a puzzle, but they're not saying anything about it. So I don't think we have any 100 numbers here. So where might these numbers actually be? Maybe in here somewhere. So we haven't looked at everything. Is that an urn or just a sly rabbit will have 3 openings in its den. To its den. This looks a bit Freemasony. So I can move that, and that actually we found 2 puzzles in a row, and have no idea what to do with them. Because when I click on this, nothing happens. At least nothing I can see. And when I click on that, nothing happens either. So it has a scale there. Ha 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 ha. So we can click it around. This resets it. The pocket watch on the exit game section. So we can move this in some way, but there's no point in brute forcing it, in my opinion. Let's have a look if we can. We can't get out. Okay, so let's remember the globe. The globe, which needs some factor of 10. Factor 10, and the abacus, at least that's what you would call in German, with something of 5 with factor 5. Factor Sector 5. Okay. So. Okay, it also began a 52-carat diamond. So I'm sorry, but we actually have to do a little bit of reading here to find out what is up with our puzzles. So we do know that we need effect 10 and effect 5. So those jewels were lost. The painting is now in a private, so this is the private American collection, probably it has jewels. Chose and it is a purple rose. Not just a flower, so we remember purple rose meaning Marie Antoinette. So if my pen was actually working, okay, so purple rose is M.A. So pencil design. You do want to be painted with a tiara. So pages 46 and 45. Maybe they have anything to do with it. I don't know. I'm still a bit sad that there's no chess puzzle. I would really have liked a chess puzzle there. But no, no luck. There's the hole in the wall that was mentioned earlier. An atlas of the United States. So now we are at Wisconsin. Madison. Chess puzzles are nice. So I used to play a little bit of chess. So not on the same level as Hamster did, but I still enjoyed chess. And our big boy is also very interested in chess. I have no idea why, because we never played chess at our house. So he must have picked it up in school or something. So latitude 45 and 90. The big question is, but we are at Butter Ridge, right? So is that's not 90 and 45, right? So Wisconsin is 90 and 45. And Butter Ridge is something like 50, maybe 50. I don't know. And 45. No, it's halfway. It's a bit stupid that there's no scale to this. So because we don't know where the next latitude is, it's just about guessing. So I don't know what this is. So Butter Ridge is at... I could look it up, but maybe it should... No, the 8 Queen puzzle was Fisher's. And he was really stumped about it. But if you don't know it, it's I'm not blaming Fish Labs. He was doing a great job. It's just it was late. And when you get stuck on a puzzle, it's really hard to find your way out of it. So I won't blame him for that. Anyways, so we know that Butteridge is not on 45 and not on 90. So it has to be on something else. So, but we don't know what. So, Anyways, let's try those numbers out. Let's try those numbers out. So 90 and 45, and maybe that's more like, I don't know. So that's the only numbers we have for now. Maybe 50 and hundreds. I have no idea.
Sure is dusty.
Sure
is dusty. Sure
Can we
dusty.
take some of the dust because we need it for the fingerprints? Yes, we can take some dust with the brush. Very nice, very nice. Okay, then let's do that one first. So now we have some dust and we have a brush. So we should be able to do some fingerprinting because that's really pretty much the second thing we learned after our room number was how to fingerprint. Okay, so fingerprinting first. We're going back again. I don't wanna, so we try this. Okay, fingerprint everything. Those we can't. I am not fingerprinting those. Okay, so the code should be from the darkest to the lightest. So we're starting with 3 star. Good question. Let's do this one first. Okay, now we can turn off the code where we want to go in here. So it's code. Let's note down the code. I'll take another pen. It's too annoying. Okay, code library 3 star 7 sorry 2. Okay, 2. I wasn't sure it was 2 or 1. So we can now disarm the thing. That's the first thing. So the next thing is the globe. We have a number. So 100 didn't do anything. So 90. But does that do anything? So 100 isn't there. Okay, it was just and there we get the next puzzle. So the correct solution for the globe is 90. There is minus 15, 10, and 5. Minus 5. Can I now look at the bottle? Yeah, I got that. I'd like to leave this now. Okay, I have to close it. I have to close it first. So what's up with the ship? Can I do anything with the ship? Can I break the ship? Can I dust it? Can I oil it? Give me the oil. Can I oil the ship? No, I can't. Keep go oil. So this is, and also why can I look at this? Because it has the book there. Yeah. So now I can. The Sly Rabbit has 3 openings. So it said minus 15. Then it said 10. What did I do wrong there? Press the top as well. Okay, maybe the red one is the reset button. Yeah, good job, good job. So, 15, 10, oh, a mysterious sound. What happened now? What moved? What happened? Did anything happen? The bottle? Nothing happened. Did anything happen? Okay, something opens. But where? Some secret compartment that I'm missing here? Up the stairs? That's how to get in the... Ah! That's pretty dark. Let me just close the curtain so I can... A lighter.
It's so dark in here.
A key. What the heck? I would have had to light the candle anyway. Come on, no rules. These puzzles are, I mean, not really the highest level of puzzling involved at the moment. I mean, they are giving you the answers on a platter. What's this thing there? Oh,
It's so dark in here.
yes, I can. Very nice. I can oil the lamp. No, but let's leave the candle on for a second. Oh, there's some lighting. Whoa, the castle's been empty for many years now. These these hallways just echo. Man, it's really small. I still don't know why you pilfered my wallet. The money could have hardly have mattered. Okay, so someone ran away and stole some money. Some girl, I suppose? Or was it a man? I don't know. So go out to the garden, my old thinking spot. My refuge and ours. So there's a garden. Yes, we heard about the garden earlier, but it's cold outside, so maybe we don't want to go outside. So this is good. Dear Dexter! So Dexter has been involved with the house before? What? What a revelation we found here. Dexter is actually has been here before. And he's looking for the secret room. Probably. But what does he want with it is the big question. So yeah, there must be something else. Or was he after the secret magic lighter that can light candles? Probably not. So anything else I can do here? I can go. Minnie, Clint, Beverly, Stiller, Little Joe, Pat. So these don't. I mean, we don't have S4 here who can tell us about all those bugs and beetles. But it doesn't sound like they're names of actual beetles. I would guess. I mean, Biff is a bit underwhelming for him. Gary, Daisy, Clarence, Clarence the moth, Pearl the beetle, Jethro, the majestic, mighty beetle of power. This reminds me of, isn't there this Jade Cocoon game? Can we enter and open that? No. Is there anything else? No. So maybe we do want to confront our friend about it. I'm still stumped that we can't go down there. This annoys me to no end, really. I mean, why have it there? Why? This is just bad game design. Why would you have it there when you can't go down there? You can't turn, can't walk, you just walk straight ahead. So, and the two things we want to do is not fall down here. Let's do a little safety save. Mind the gap. So we're going on, we're continuing with our playthrough of Nancy Drew and the treasure in the Royal Tower. So, there's an edge there. Strange sounds from below. is that? Is that on the other side of the elevator? There must be. The opening of the elevator is there, right? Yeah. So behind the elevator there is something. So if we go in the elevator, first of all we can check the back wall. If there is anything there. And if not, we're taking the elevator to the first floor. Then we're confronting Dexter.
It's locked.
Okay. Now while we're still here, we can do this. And it goes 3 star 7 2. Okay, now we can stack the count. Hopefully not. Let's go to our entrance here. Can we close this again? No. I don't want Dexter to find it. So we're going out again and going through here. Then we are walking down again. So then we can.
It's stuck.
It's stuck! But we have the almighty oil can of oiling things. It can fix anything. Then we can walk down into this. Is this where the banging came from? Do we have to oil something? What's this? Nothing. So this one opens up. Okay, so bars, a bar, another puzzle. Now they are keeping them coming with the puzzles. Bars, 1, 4. So 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, 3. 1, 4, 3, 2. Okay. 6, 5. 1, 4, 3, 2, 6, 5. Ta-da. But what's with the puzzle? Sound of sawing. Serious Nitro, you shouldn't start with the whole discussion about the doors closed. Okay, the only way forward is this. No, actually there are 2 ways forward, but you know what I mean. So where's the sawing back from? Jack!
Nancy, what are you doing here?
I was just looking for the soda. No, it's a lie. Nancy never lies. She
Don't
only
you think
steals.
I should be asking you that question?
I can explain, Nancy, but please, don't tell anyone that you found me here. If I get sent back to France, my fiancé will give up on me, and I will have let down my family again.
What does your fiancé expecting you to
What's your fiancé expecting you to accomplish by breaking into the Queen's Tower?
I am doing this for my country and for my family's name. Isabelle has nothing to do with it, except that I feel I must succeed before I will feel worthy to marry her. The tower holds a valuable French historical document. If I can find it and return it to France, perhaps I can make up for my failure at the Olympics.
Why would the tower hold a valuable French document? Where did it come from? Did they bring it over when they brought over the tower? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, they must have disassembled the tower, right? Or did they take it all over? I mean, like, in one piece. The book told me so.
What makes you believe this French document still exists in a tower that was imported to Wisconsin 80-some years ago?
The tower first belonged to the Chateau Rochemont in France.
Oh,
When
man.
Ezra Wickford bought the tower, my great-grandfather was the master carpenter in charge of dismantling it and preparing it for shipment. One day, when he was working alone, he found a secret compartment in one of the walls.
But we found the secret compartment already.
Inside, he found an old journal with a royal crest on the cover and a medallion with a strange blue stone in it. But he heard other carpenters coming, so he hid the medallion in his pocket and sealed the journal back in the compartment. Before he could get back to study the journal and return the medallion, the tower was dismantled and shipped to America. He never learned who the journal belonged to or what it said.
What?
What happened
What?
to the medallion?
I have the medallion now, and I'm hoping if I can get into the tower, I can find the journal too. You see, he thought if he told his story, Ezra Wickford might get angry, accuse him of interfering with the project, and try to ruin his name as a carpenter. So he kept quiet.
Was your grandfather a crazy man? Why? Why would he tell such a story?
He told you this story?
I was his only great-grandson. On his deathbed, he gave me the medallion and told me the whole story. He begged me to come here to Wisconsin to find the journal and return it to France.
And you only got that idea now that you lost the Olympics? That sounds like a psychotic break. Maybe you just got crazy after not winning a gold medal. This would make more sense, actually, than this. But maybe it's just a made-up story, because he's actually the bad guy.
Who do you think the journal belonged to?
The journal bore a royal seal. It must have belonged to Marie Antoinette, because she used to visit the tower during the Revolution. So perhaps it contains her confessions, or perhaps it contains proof of her innocence. Either way, the contents of that journal could change French history forever.
Okay, Dennis, I can sum this game up with 2 hours to start the first puzzles, because there were none before. And then they really kept the puzzles coming, and now it's gone crazy. I mean, the story makes no sense at all. At least not what the Frenchman is telling us. But it's better than not having anything happen and running around the hotel without anything to do, so I won't complain.
I just don't see how you can think that journal will still be up there after all these years.
I know it's possible that someone found the secret compartment when the tower was being put back together, but I have to check anyway. I just have to know. Nancy, do you think you could help me? Let me show you this medallion, and maybe you'll be able to tell me what it's for.
I might be willing to help you, but you have to tell Christy everything. I'm sure she'll understand.
Nancy's so honest.
And then you won't have
She's
to
so
sneak
honest.
around in the middle of the night, haunting the castle with that screeching hacksaw.
Okay, Nancy, I see your point. I will explain everything to Christy Lane as soon as possible. Now will you help me? I think this medallion will interest you.
Ha!
And maybe you'll have some idea what it's for.
Another locker
It's in my
code.
locker. Will you go get it while I take care of something? The combination is 2665. I'll meet you in the locker room in a minute.
But which locker is his? Did he say what locker is his?
Well, as long as you promise to tell Christy what's going on.
You're the best, Nancy.
Don't mention it.
Don't mention it. It's easy as pie. So before we go up there, we want to have a look around this room, because we haven't been here yet. So he wanted to saw through that. Is there something behind it? A statue? An armor? A piece of a suit of armor or something? We can't get through here, it seems. Is that the same one? Slightly lifted though, isn't it? The porticule is not at the bottom. Another door that doesn't do anything. So, oh, there's. Come on. Give me something to kill all these annoying people.
It's locked.
But we have the key.
It's locked.
We have the key.
It's locked.
We have the. Okay.
It's locked. It's locked. It's locked.
We can dust it for prints.
It's locked.
Okay,
It's
nothing
locked.
happening here then.
It's locked.
It's locked, yeah. Thank you. Okay, it's locked. So the only way out is the way up. Look, they put all this stuff here. And in a normal adventure game, you would be able to do something with it. Because that's why you put it there. I mean, you see this huge bar in front of the door. You would expect it to be able, you could lift it or something. But you can't do anything with it. They put a suit of armor here, but there's nothing in it. There's nothing you can do with it. Nothing. There's something you can do with it.
It's locked. It's locked.
Is that the only thing I can do? Take off the top there. So yes, I believe that if you put something in, then something should happen with it. Okay, this is another exit, I think. This is where I came. So this is where I came in, right? With a door that doesn't open anymore, yeah. Okay. So I can go out. And go up there. Can't go back in, thank you. That's very helpful, game. That's very kind of you to... But that's the door that I noted earlier, I want to mention. This is the door. I said earlier that there is a door and you can go through it at some point. It's not very helpful, but still. So... Elevator is coming. We're going down to check the locker. We don't know which locker, but last time around, the locker started glowing at some point. So hopefully this time it will happen as well. Maybe this one is his locker, and it should be.
I wonder if the lock is broken.
Ha ha ha! There's nothing broken here. Maybe it is. But we have the oil.
I wonder if the lock is broken.
Is this I
wonder if the lock is broken.
But when the lock is broken, how are we opening it? Ah, Jacques. Of course they're writing in English. We find a Spanish letter earlier. Yes, there is a sauna here, but we can't go in. So I'm trying to be patient, but I can't understand. Blah, blah. And kings and queens, but I can live on hot dogs and mac and cheese forever. So Isabel is his love interest. There's a photo of her. What?
Ouch. Oh, someone must have knocked me out.
Someone must have knocked me out. What?
Headache headquarters. Nancy here.
Nancy, it's
I was
Jacques.
knocked
What
out
happened? Are you
while
okay?
opening the... What the heck? I didn't expect that. What a twist.
I don't really know what happened. I opened your locker like you said, and then it was lights out Nancy.
But you do have my medallion, right?
They didn't find it when they picked me up off the floor?
Oh la la, you can't be serious.
I'm afraid I am serious. I have no idea what happened to it.
This is too much. Oh la la, unbelievable.
Maybe Ned knows something.
Hi, you've reached Ned at Omega Chi Epsilon. I'm not here to take your call right now, so please try again later. Thanks.
Who is this Ned anyway? So who's more in with the Nancy lore? So who is Ned? Who's Ned? Is this one of the Hardy brothers? No. They come in later, I think. Her boyfriend. Nancy has a boyfriend?
Thanks for coming down. I've been wanting to talk to you. How's your head?
I
Did you
watched
slip or
I
what?
did watch that a little, but I don't pay attention to the characters. So, I guess.
Well, let's just say someone must be trying to tell me to get a little more rest on this vacation. Anyway, I'm planning on making a speedy recovery.
It's
Yeah,
just
sorry,
that when I
Bryce.
found you out cold in the basement and
I'm
hauled
just
you back to your
really
room,
bad with
I noticed all
names.
this red dirt on your shoes. I'm just curious where it came from.
Mr. Egan. So we are so honest.
Mr. Egan, I confess, I found my way into the corridor that leads to the Queen's Tower. As you probably know, the dirt in that tunnel is very red. I hope you won't consider this trespassing.
Nope. If you must know, I'm impressed. Ezra Wickford set that secret door up so nobody would be able to find it. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with getting into that tower. Ezra told me that if I could get through the secret door, he'd take me up to see the Queen's Tower. Finally, I got into the tunnel, and when I came out with that red dirt all over me, he laughed. He was actually proud of me.
So did Ezra Wickford
Did
have the
Ezra
dead-end?
Wickford have the dead-end corridors
So he
and
knew
stairways built
Edward
on
Wickford,
purpose
Ezra
too?
Wickford.
Yeah, Ezra was a character. He always said he thought dead ends were funny. Ha ha. But the truth was, he was worried sick about being robbed. Maybe it made him feel better to think that a crook would get caught this way.
So
What
was
a
there ever a
strange
robbery?
security system. So, was there ever a robbery?
Well, not exactly. A mistake was made. Only a small thing, but it didn't take much for him to give up on people. Anyway, I'd say you earned the right to check out the tower for yourself. But you gotta get through that gate, right? There's an old skeleton key in the maintenance shed. Now that the storm's passed, you can go out and get it. But be careful. It's still dead cold out there.
So will there be snow zombies coming out? That's what I associate with dead cold. The
I don't
garden,
want to
yes,
press
the
my
garden was
luck with
mentioned
you,
earlier.
but I sure would like to see Ezra's private garden. Could you tell me how to find it?
It's nothing but wasteland out there. If you're bent on tromping around in the cold, go left when you get outside, away from the shed. Look for a wrought iron gate. You'll figure out the rest.
Okay, so there is a garden out there that I can visit, and I gotta get the skeleton key. I'm just saying goodbye to my husband, just a second. So, I'm back, having said goodbye to my husband. Okay, yeah, garden.
Okay.
Good.
See ya, Mr. Egan.
Alrighty then.
So, the outside, was that the door? Let me figure out. So, where was the door that we can use to get out? I think it was somewhere in the back. Okay, this is where the secret door leads. This is not the way. This is... that's where we're going to the... Or was it in the cellar? Was it in the cellar? I think it was in the cellar, maybe. We'll check it out. We will find a way. We're a senior detective on the way to stardom. Okay, we'll go down here, and that's I think where we're going out. Okay, before we go out, maybe we'll do a little safety save. The doors in the corridor are for nothing, as far as I can tell. They're just useless. There's nothing there. They're just there because corridors should have doors or something. We better hurry up when it's cold. Okay, lots of stuff. Big machineries. Ha!
For crying out loud. Didn't you read the keep away, employees only sign?
Okay, it was an accident, Mr. Egan. I bumped the levers and suddenly all those
It was an
gears stopped
accident,
turning.
Mr. Egan. I
It's
bumped the
actually true.
levers, and suddenly all those gears just started turning.
Look, this isn't a playground, and I have a job to do. Mess with the ski lift again, and I'll send you packing.
I'm doing all the work for you, and now I can't even use the ski lift. Cruel. And anyways, this is a ski resort. Why am I not allowed to use the ski lift? Am I supposed to walk up there? Also, it looked like a puzzle. Puzzles have to be done. Puzzles are good. So this is the ski lift.
It's freezing out here.
I mean, there's all the stuff, but I can't do anything with it. So where is that key? What?
Gosh, I can hardly feel my toes.
Yeah, Nancy, suck it up. Okay, more notes about Dexter. Where is that key? Da. Ah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. 30, 20, 40, that's for the ski lift. And the levers have to be in the same position as they were just a moment ago. Just by blind, dumb luck. Ski lift. Do I have to remember all the other numbers? I don't know. But maybe we'll retreat for now and come back to the ski lift at some other point because it's cold. That's the ski lift. Why can't I use this? This looks like a puzzle. This is like prime puzzle material. But no, it's not. It's just crap. Crap that they put there, so there is crap there. So, okay. So we now we can open Jacques' locker again. Two. Okay, so there was the medallion, that's gone. Oh, he has something else. He has a letter there. Jacques Bona, U.S. Immigration Office. So Jacques became Swedish. Oh no, sorry, it's not Jake. So it's kind of weird that it's Jacques is becoming American while it's Jake is becoming Swedish. But so he will be sent home soon, unless something happens. Here's some scrapbook. D is for dazzling. D is for diamonds. So is he lying to us? Oh God. This is scary. Do I have to remember all this? D through Z. And that means how yellow they are. And D is colorless and Z is yellow. Who can remember all this? This is crazy. No one wants to remember any of it. I don't care about diamonds. They're a girl's best friend. Can I go out, please? Please. Oh, there's some box. Another brush. Do I need another brush? No. Yeah, a senior detective. Not so sure about this. Can I look at the boxes? No, I can't. So, no sauna for us. So we wanted, but what we actually want to do is use the go into the secret compartment again, which is closed. And do we really have to use the? Oh, where was the elevator again? It was on the other side, I think. No, this is not the elevator. So we're going down here. Oh, was the elevator in the... Let's track this from now. Elevator was at the ski rental. Da. No, I'm not writing down all the diamond stuff. If the diamond stuff becomes relevant, I'll come back, but not now. My favorite place in here. How did I get down there again? I have to move the elevator, yeah. I'm not sure if this is the fastest way to do this.
It's
Probably
locked.
not. Oh, nein. I wonder if I let the alarm running if I will get into trouble with Dexter again. But I don't wonder enough to try it out. So we're stuck with never knowing. We will never find out, hopefully, unless I'm not doing my job right as a senior detective. Senior detective Nancy Angerzog. There must be another way to get in here. What? Why am I here? Now I'm confused. Oh no, don't call the boss. Too late. I'm sorry, we'll do this straight again because
It's locked.
But it's a super annoying sound, the alarm. So I would be onto that as well. Okay, down we go. Back to the entrance to the secret lab. And this time we're paying a bit more attention. So this takes us. But that's not where we want to go. This is where we want to go. 1, 4, 3, 2. What? Oh no. They changed the code. But how am I going to solve that code without knowing it? Yes, but it's horrible that they do that to me. Why would they? It's stupid. It's an adventure game. You are supposed to have clues that you can use to solve things and not just brute force your way through it. And also, of course, if this doesn't open the door, then we are kinda stumped. Okay, so this is probably for these medallions that we saw earlier. Manacle. Let's... So, what is the right combination here? Is it again another brute force? Because I don't appreciate puzzles so they're all long now. They're all the same length. Okay. And how do I quit it? Because I can't. How am I supposed to know what length they're supposed to be? Now, how to put them all up? So, now they're all up. You happy? You happy, people? Because we don't know what happened there. What are we doing with it? And how do we get out? That's mainly my main question, because I'd rather look for some clues how to do this. There was an arrow down. Okay, there's some kind of bridge here. But let me guess, you probably have to turn it. But we can't yet. Okay. Maybe they have to be in this arrangement. Oh, there was the ski lift. We also found another arrangement, but that was for the ski lift. Easy peasy! Something fell down here. Was that the noise that we heard earlier? We don't know. I suppose we are actually in the secret tower now. Another closed door. This is the way here out. Oh, is this a chess puzzle? No, it's not. Okay, it's not a chess puzzle. There was actually the pattern that you had to do was on the other side of the room. The one with the medallions, where you probably have to put in the medallions later on. And that has the solution on it. So this is just probably a sliding puzzle. So let's see. We have targets for the figures or coins or whatever they are. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm actually eating a sandwich. So because that's a proper thing to do in such a situation. You can't move anything? I can. Okay, but then the line has to go over there. So I need 2 coins to get the eagle in there. How many coins do I need? Good question how that works. Let's think about it. Okay, so the fish or whatever that is in there already. Then we have the wolf, the lion, and the eagle. There's a turtle. What is that? I don't know. It's something. So yeah, I would say it's what's it called? This the big fish that gives the caviar. I can't remember the English name at the moment. Stör in German, but I don't know. It's something. It's an animal. It's some kind of big animal, or maybe it's a small animal and we don't know. I have no idea. The hardest one is probably this one. Is it? Is it really? This is the easiest one. This one we can do last. At least in this position. This one is already done. The question is, do we still need it or don't we need it? Yeah, that one is definitely the easiest one, the eagle. So we can use the eagle for other stuff for now. For example, to stop So how to get the lion in there? Just with the eagle. The lion can go down here, and then down there. Sturgeon, that's the one. Exactly, thank you. So let's think for a second. It probably has to go there, there, there. So we have to stop him here. Ah, no. We get him in there, but what use is that to me? Ideally, I want to have him stopped at this down there. Would be good. Then I can just slide him in. Or there. So I can slide him in. Now let's hope that I don't need one of the others for getting that. This was was blinking on. It's worth nothing to me. It's not helpful at all. The lion, the the lion. Goes there, but then we'll have to stop him here. But how do we get him? Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, I get it. Hopefully. Oh, now I don't get him out. Okay, good one. That's very helpful. Let's see what we can do about this. So the lion has to go out then I can move this one over, then I can move the lion down and move the lion over to there. But is that any help to me? No. I would have to have the lion in this row, but then I don't get the eagle out anymore. It's also a big question if I need any more of them. Because this one is comparatively easy to get. Oh yeah, the best advice from Kitan there. I'll definitely try to do that the next time around. But for now, we'll see if we can do it without that. Or maybe I've already done it. I don't know. I don't even know how to reset it, I'm honest. So the line is already on the right row. So now we only have to mess around with the others. The problem is that then it's stuck down there, so I don't get it. Okay. Yeah. I see. What my problem is. So, zack, 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 zack. Oh man, now I'm getting lost here. Now I'm really getting lost here. Okay, let's think this through very calmly and without any problems. How do I get this one in there? I need something to block it here or here. These are the two possibilities. So if I get a coin there, I'm sorry, Jake, but it happens. I'm just, I kinda lost my way here at some point. And now I can't seem to find it again. So... yeah, I already did reset it. So the first part was kinda easy if I remember correctly. So first we want to get the wolf in. The wolf has to go there, and I think we went somewhere around here. So it has to go there. So it has to be stopped there. That's easy to get a stopper there. So let's get the lion there for now. So the next step, we have to stop something here. So we have to get 2 coins in there. So that's easy as well. So just get the coins in there. Then we have the wolf out of the way. So, and now let's consider very, very patiently what to do next. So which one is going next? So I think the lion has to be next because he's the hardest to get in. These ones are easier to get in. This one was really easy, the sturgeon, and this one is no problem. So that means we have to use these two to get the lion in. So let's think about it. We have to put a stopper there or there. So can we get something here? No. So we have to get it here. Okay. So can we get one there? The lion is already on the right row for that, I think. So the eagle has to be the backstop by moving the lion in the middle. Yeah. So now we have to move the sturgeon so it can help us. The sturgeon. But the sturgeon can't move out there now. No. So we first have to move this. Ooh, okay. We first have to move this. Yeah, I know. It's a lot of overthinking. Once you have the solution, it's really easy. But getting the solution is the hard part of it. So that's the problem. We first have to think what to do, and then you do it. So I can get the... So I have to get something up here. No, just have to get some. Yeah. This is it. I am hearing some noises. So now I can go up. It's not so easy. And why can't I go to the door? Is it not a door?
Looks like some kind of prison.
Some kind. Wow, it's some kind of prison. Can I open anything here? No. Okay, I can't. And what kind of dangerous stair is this? Okay, I can only walk down again. Okay, nothing there. What? This is not a room I've been in. Do I have to step through and then it's I'm stuck somewhere? It's a golden room. It's gold painted. Oh, it's on Maria Antoinette. Okay, something moved there. I think. Oh, it's a slidey puzzle. It's not even a slidey puzzle. Easy peasy. So this is just about finding the edges, I think. No, it's actually not, because... Can I turn these? Oh yes, you can. Okay. Forget about it. It's not as easy as I thought it is, but it's not necessarily hard. It just takes some effort. You up there. And we have thin borders down there, thick borders up there. They might have to change orders at some point, but we'll see about that in a second. So we first have to try to put as many pieces as possible in the right spots. And then we'll see how that turns out. So this one is then for that corner. So thin corners down. Oh no, actually thin corners are the edges, the sides. Maybe we have to change some of them from one side to the other. That looks wrong. still looks wrong. The corners might be different. Okay, let's try to find the ones in the middle. Fit. This definitely fits, but this one is problematic. Yeah, it still is. We'll switch those two, and then it suddenly all makes sense. Kinda, these ones. Now it all makes sense. And now for the middle parts. Okay, maybe we'll try to find the bottom ones first. And one more. This one is definitely wrong. So we switch those around. This looks kind of right. This looks very wrong. This looks right. Should be. Something's going up there. Nope. There's only 6 of them left that are wrong. Oh no, this one might be wrong as well. Yeah. This looks right, but then this one is wrong. Because those don't fit together well. Okay, this one doesn't fit that well either, so okay, forget it out. Yeah, this one is fine. So now it's only 6 pieces that are wrong in some way. So 5 pieces. 4 pieces. 3 pieces. This one might actually be right. Okay, no, this one is definitely not right. Okay, gold filigree, blah blah blah. So a book. This is my reward for all the stuff we did, and I don't even know what's in there? Hello, book. Tell me your secret, book. Come on, this is another fighting puzzle. Yeah, exactly, a big 20 after all the work I did. Okay, now we have another weird symbol thingy going on. I would read it. No, probably not, but I have the intention of maybe reading it at some point. So never. But I want some proper reward. I mean, this is just noting down the symbols. There are 2 lions. Lions rampant, if I remember correctly. LR. And so hopefully we don't have to do more of this. Okay, I can
Looks
interact
like
with
a
this.
keyhole
The
of some
keyhole of
sorts.
souls.
Looks like a keyhole of some sorts.
But we don't have anything that looks like the key for that, does it? What about the mighty oil can? Nothing. Okay. It's a trap. We can trap people in here by taking away the chairs. The stairs. Not very nice. So maybe we have to give this to Jack, because that's what he was looking for, right? Oh, this is the room with the riddle again. And this is where stuff dropped down. But we don't know anything about it. What is that anyway? Sleep tight, Jingo. See you soon. So, open the door. We also don't know what's up with the skeleton here. I don't think we have done anything with it. Can't do anything with those. We just came out of there. I can't open the door. So let's see if we can find Jack or someone. Maybe he has some smart advice for us. So this is the... yeah. Okay, getting turned around, my specialty. Now we're walking up those stairs. And could we please keep this door open? Keep this door open, okay? No. Okay, we're not keeping the door open. Walk down the stairs again. And use the direct way to get to Jack. Which we can't because the door closes behind us. What time is it anyway? Around 11ish, okay.
Hey there, Nancy.
I'm trying to get in the tower, but I can't get this big pit. Why are those holes in the crest?
Why are those
So
holes
that's a
in the
good
crest on the
question.
floor of the tower room?
I can help you, but we shouldn't talk about it now. Not here. Call me later.
I'm trying to get into the
Call me
tower, but
later,
I
okay.
can't get across that big pit.
I can help you, but we shouldn't talk about it now. Not here. Call me later.
So I have to go to my room and then try again?
Okay, see ya, Mr. Egan.
Alrighty then.
Why does he tell me that I have to call him and then nothing happens? No one is there. Oh, why? Maybe it's
Welcome to the voicemail system. Please press first message.
Yeah, Miss Drew. This is Dexter at the front desk. Can you come down when you're feeling better? I need to talk to you for a minute. Thanks.
To
Didn't
go
I
to the
already
next
do
message,
that?
press 2. Second message. To leave the system, please press thank you.
Okay, so there's nothing I can do here. This is the way to the front. Oh, now he's gone. Thank you. Thank you very much. Very helpful. Lisa here? Nope. So, okay, one thing that I forgot about was the secret garden that there was supposedly to be found somewhere here. And he said when you're going to the shed, go left or so. Something, I don't know. And maybe we should try to go there when nobody else is around. First we're checking on Jack. But he's probably not there because it's late. Yes, it's late. So let's see if it's dark outside.
Maybe I should try during the day.
Okay, it would be dark outside if they had had money to actually do something in the dark. So we're taking the elevator. What time is it again? 12. Okay. Then let's go in and go back to our room and maybe actually sleep. Where's the phone? The alarm. Alarm. It's 1 a.m. Let's set it for 9. So now quickly down the stairs. First we'll try to give him a call. Maybe he'll answer it now.
This is Dexter.
It's Nancy, hoping you can help me now. But why the sudden hush-hush? Do you smell a rat?
The information you request is highly sensitive, young lady. That's top secret in case you were wondering. Now, I've been around the block a few times, and if there's one thing I've learned, it's that you can't be too careful. If you want answers, we do it my way, see?
So answers, sure.
Sure thing, Mr. Egan. I just hope the phone's not bugged.
All right. Just give me the question.
What's up with those holes in the crest on the floor of the tower room?
I've always wondered that myself. Seems like something's missing from the crest. Like different objects should fit in those holes, but I don't know what. What other questions do you got?
I think that's it for
Thank
now.
you. That
Thanks,
was
Dexter.
incredibly unhelpful. Man. Okay, first we're doing jump. We'll go down anyway, so that way goes down this way. I don't use the dead end. Right? But we still can't open. Close the door. Back. There we have the elevator. Okay. Yeah, it's only privileged persons can know this information. It seems everyone but me. Let's see if Jack tells us anything if we give him that bloody notebook or whatever it is. Still a bit cruel that we can't read it, in my opinion. But anyways, so there he is.
Nancy, I still cannot believe you lost my medallion. How could you have been so careless?
I wasn't exactly careless, you know, and I didn't lose your medallion either. But I don't have it. Where were you, anyway? Weren't you supposed to meet me?
When I showed up, you were having a catnap on the floor. Ugh, I will be ruined by you American women.
Guess you'd better stay away from me then. Goodbye.
Au revoir, little Miss Nightmare. Look,
didn't you wanna
keep
have
the
this?
stupid medallion. It's yours.
Yes? But I didn't steal it. So another safety save. While I'm trying to eat a sandwich, I can't. Oh, yeah, sandwich. Okay. Stomping boots. That's what we need when we go outside. Stomping boots. But then it's over when I run out there. Then it's over, so well. So secret garden is on the left when we come out. Yeah, no trespassing. Ha 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 ha. That's it then. Hello, secret garden. Why is there another brute force puzzle? A puzzle that you just have to turn something around. A son. That's probably Marie Antoinette's husband. It's called Sun King. Okay.
It's locked.
This is one of the medallions, I think. So, what is it all? And okay, so can I tell you more? This was it. This is the secret garden. So there's nothing exciting happening there. Wickfoot Garden. It's not very secret. It's got some stuff on the wall, so I'm really scared of missing something important here. And then having to come back. But at least Nancy's not saying, "Oh, I'm freezing, I'm freezing." Okay. That was it. Okay. Nah, probably. While we're here.
Got to stay warm.
Ooh. That was bad. That was a bit sudden. But I got no warning beforehand that she was freezing. Or did I just miss it? But no, I didn't get it. So we have another medallion we can put in there. Let's take the elevator to the first floor. She's an American, so she's not used to the cold. Probably from California, somewhere else from Florida. Is she a Florida woman? Is that the explanation for all of it? What about my friend Lisa?
Glad you came down to talk. Get this. I saw Dexter walking out to the maintenance shack with this, like, green ornament thing in his hand. He's up to something, right? Maybe you should check it out.
If you're so interested, why don't you go check it out yourself?
I'd love to, but I really should get to work on my article.
Did you know Professor Hotchkiss published a book on Marie Antoinette?
Yeah, I looked her up on the internet.
I didn't
The
know
critics panned the book. Looks like other historians think she's a real quack.
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Later, Nancy.
So Dexter had this ornament.
Hey there, Nancy.
Okay, see ya,
but
Mr.
he's
Egan.
not
You're a
saying
trooper.
anything about it. And Zanzibar, yes, actually we did find some puzzles. And not very hard ones, I have to admit. And some are just, you have to brute force them, which was very weird.
It's locked.
Is that you, Brandy? Oh, I'm glad you're here. At the moment, my theory is rising like a magnificent souffle. I need to collect a few more ingredients, if you will, but it's a delicate situation. If I leave my room even for a moment, I fear the souffle will come crashing down in a heap.
But you are a specialist on,
What do you need me for, Professor?
What I need is some information about the castle. Hard numbers. I've come to the conclusion that you are an enterprising and faithful soul. Therefore, I have decided to entrust you with this important mission. Who knows? If you
Okay.
succeed, I might whisk you away from the hotel business to be my personal research assistant.
Well, Professor
Okay.
Hotchkiss, I'm not actually in the hotel business, but I'd love to help.
Marvelous! Here's what I need to know. What is the model number on the elevator? I'll be very eager to hear what you come up with. But please, don't disturb me unless you have the answer.
Okay, the model number on the elevator. Should be easy to find out.
It's locked.
She's probably the only historian that Nancy knows, so she doesn't have much choice when it comes to model number 50964.
Yes, did you
So
find the
easy.
information I asked you for?
Sure did.
Good, but I need you to write it down so I don't forget.
What?
Thank you. Let me do some calculations to see if this is correct. Eureka! If there's one thing I like in a young person, it's ingenuity. Now, I've got
But
work to
I
do.
just
Time to
looked up a
stir the
model
cauldron
number.
and
It's
stoke
not
the
very
fire. But
ingenious.
if you'd like to talk, I'll be holding office hours in the lobby between 3 and 6 a.m. Meet me then.
Okay, I can talk to her now. Between 3 and 6 p.m. Okay. Whatever. So that means I have to set my alarm clock. I have no idea, Zanzibar. It's just very weird. But oof, what do I care? But wake me up before you go. But it's not a very good elevator. It was broken when we came here. It's not that you definitely want one of these. Okay, let's get one of these elevators that are old and break. Come on. Where is she?
Hi there, how's it going?
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Stay warm. Hi there, how's it going?
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Later, Nancy.
Oh man. I just want to get out of here. This is the wrong way to get out. Oh, actually it's not. So he was in the shed with the medallion. At least that's what the weird spy lady said. So let's check the chat with the medallion and maybe get that ski lift going. How many jokes?
Look, keep the stupid medallion. It's yours.
But why? Why does he think I stole it? Okay, let's get out of there. So he went to the shed with the medallion. Banking on the doorstep now. Let's get. Good. Ski lift. It's a little, it's down. Oh, these are synchronous, okay. Oh, now I'm getting pretty tired. These ones are good. Oh, they're moving on. Oh man, last time around it worked on its own. Why do I have to actually do some thinking now? That's probably because now I know the code, so it's harder. That's the middle. Now these two are actually two part of it.
What the? What's going on out here? Is that you, Nancy? Come inside. It's freezing out here. What kind of a stunt was that, Missy?
Sorry about that, but I was locked out.
Well then, what can I say except good thinking?
But how do I get him to be away? To not be there?
Hey there, Nancy.
Okay, see ya, Mr. Egan.
Bye, kiddo.
How do I get him to be gone from the desk? He has office hours, right? So maybe I do at night. She says I can't go out at night. So what do I do? I would guess it's maybe early in the morning might be a good idea. Last time around he wasn't there early in the morning. So what do you mean, Jake? I'm not sure I follow your reasoning at the moment. So let's just be a little safe there. But before we do that, what time is it? Let's check if the lady is there. The professor. Maybe she can tell us something amazing about Marie Antoinette. That we desperately needed to solve all this matter. Lisa is gone. No professor. Sad. Sadness. Sadness prevails. So let's see. The alarm clock. Maybe we can use that.
Hi, you've reached Ned at Omega Chi Epsilon. I'm not here to take your call right now, so please
He
try
is
again
never
later.
there.
Thanks.
He is never there. What about George? Why do I have friends that are never there?
Hello?
George, it's Nancy.
Great
Ah!
timing, Nancy. Bess and I were just saying how we wish we were out on the ski slopes with you. Hang on, I'll get her to pick up the other phone. Hey, Bess, our favorite detective's on the phone.
Hey, Nancy, how's the vacation?
I guess I should have mailed that letter. Not only do I have a blizzard on my
I
hands, but I
tried
may
to
have
mail
stumbled
a
onto
letter.
another case, too. The castle library was vandalized, and one of the other guests says her room was robbed.
Boy, oh boy! Have you searched the library for clues yet?
Well, that's the thing. Dexter Egan, the caretaker, says it's locked up and off limits until the police can get here. But who knows when that'll be.
That's funny, Nancy. I didn't know the phrase off limits was even in your vocabulary.
Seriously, though, don't you think that your dad's friend, Christy Lane, would feel better knowing that you're on the case, at least until the police can take over?
She's right, Nancy. I mean, who knows what this Egan guy is all about anyway? Sounds like you're just gonna have to find an alternative entrance to that library.
Here I go again. Just hope I don't have to slide down the chimney.
And what about this robbery? Who got robbed?
I'm not sure. The guest's name is Professor Hodgkiss. I think she's a bit eccentric.
You mean weird?
Nutso?
A few sandwiches short of a picnic?
Okay, you guys. I just mean that I'm not sure how reliable her testimony will be.
Yeah, but she'll probably tell you something important, whether she means to or not.
So do we really want to hear everything? Do we think that they actually have some valuable input here? So I ask you, Chad. Okay. I shouldn't have asked. Chad is always lying.
I met my
so-
ski instructor, Jacques Brunet. He sure is French.
Ooh la la, those accents should be illegal.
I hate to break it to you, Bess, but he's engaged.
Now there's a real crime.
Right, Bess. Humanity is devastated.
I found Ezra Wickford's secret garden. You'll never guess what Dexter's boyhood luck charm was.
A rabbit's foot?
A little green leprechaun?
Guess again. A medallion with a red stone in it. Do you think I should give it back to Dexter?
Oh yeah, like honesty is the best policy with creepy convicts?
I think George is politely trying to say that you should find out what the medallion's for before you breathe a word of it to anyone. You'll probably need it to solve this mystery.
I went back to check out Jacques' locker, and I found a pamphlet about diamonds, a letter from his fiancée, and a warning notice from immigration.
Did his fiancée sound cute in her letter?
Actually, she sounded upset. She wants him to hurry up and do something, but I'm not sure what.
Sounds like that guy is under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I hope he's not marrying her just to stay in the country. Ladies, I need inspiration, brain juice, a hint.
Sure, Nancy, but don't expect us to give you the answers on a silver platter.
We wouldn't want to spoil your fun.
Seeing as you're a senior detective and all.
Help, I'm a little stuck.
Don't you have some more reading to do in that secret room?
Reading in the secret room?
Okay, you two. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
But I can't read it? How? How am I reading it? Do I have to give it to everyone? Do I have to sit at my desk and read it? Put it in here? Hide it? Oh man, I don't even know how to read this thing. How am I reading it? The code rig? Ugh. So, what time is it? It's 3. Maybe she is up at the other 3. Why would she be awake in the middle of the night? Oh man.
It's locked.
But we'll try. We'll try. It's nothing else we can do. Oh, go away. Go away. Alarm. And now we're getting up in the middle of the night. Ugh. Is anybody here? Why? I hate getting up in the middle of the night. Either stay awake until then or don't sleep at all.
Nancy, dear, welcome to the witching hour. Isn't it marvelous to be up and about when others are sound asleep?
No, it's
my brainwaves are
horrible.
at their most powerful during
It's
this time.
horrible. Just get me out of here. Yes, I have to do some of my best work in the middle of the
Yes,
night.
I happen to do some of my best work in the middle of the night, too. So, tell me, Professor, what is this theory you're working on?
Well, you probably know by now that I'm a scholar of French history. My specialty is Marie Antoinette. Oh, poor Marie, the most misunderstood queen of the 18th century. Marie used to visit the very tower that now belongs to this castle. I'm convinced that this place holds evidence that will forever change the way the world views Marie. But the walls have ears, so I'd rather not say any more right now. Oh, if you're really interested, why don't you go up to my room and have a look around yourself? You've been such a great help to me, almost like an apprentice. Oh, I've always wanted an apprentice.
Wow, Professor, that's really generous of you. I'd love to learn more about your work, but are you sure you don't mind?
I insist. Your mind is like a ravenous monkey gobbling up every banana in its path. Oh, how can I stand in the way? Here's my extra pass key. I get back to work at 6 a.m. sharp, so just make sure you vacate the premises by 5:59. And put things back where you find them. It's all scientifically organized in there.
What did you mean when you said Marie Antoinette was misunderstood?
Everyone thought Marie did nothing but spend France's money on jewels and fancy soap for herself, while her people were starving. History books have upheld the myth that she was just a spoiled and heartless brat, but I don't believe it.
Why not?
I believe that she's been the victim of vicious rumors and lazy historians for too long, and that if the real story could be told, people would realize that Marie Antoinette was actually a good woman who wanted to help her people but didn't know how.
She was horrible!
I found something that I think you'll be very interested in. It seems to be some kind of journal. I think it was written by Marie Antoinette herself.
What? Let me see that. This is it. I've been trying to track this down for 15 years. Where on earth did you find it?
Very good. Very good.
Yes, I think this could help prove your theory. But you see, I need to know what it says too. Because I've been...
Nancy, I must warn you. I'll wrestle you for this if I have to, and it won't be pretty.
I'm on a mission of my own, Professor, so we're going to have to make a deal. I place the journal in your hands, you translate it for me. Does that sound fair?
Absolutely. I'll get to work on it right away. I'll have the translation ready in my room for you this time tomorrow. Until then, I mustn't be disturbed.
Okay, so another night of the... First we're trying the... Oh, wrong way. First we're going... Okay. Okay, we're taking that. Taking the elevator to the basement, and then we'll see what happens down there, because maybe we can... Maybe it's time for another safety save, so we can just load. We can just load. So can we go outside then? Yes, we can. Very good. Quickly. So we're not supposed to use the ski lift. That means we have to use the ski lift. Okay, no, that doesn't work. Ah, no, it does. Okay.
I warned you about this. This time you've pushed me too far. The next time I lay eyes on you, you better be dragging a suitcase.
So I really don't know when I can use the ski lift. I really don't. So this is the door that gets me into the secret area, which I can't use because I've unlocked it, but who cares? I can't use it. So I'll just go to my room. Sleep. Sound of typing. Okay, no, that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. Get that clock, 3 a.m., because that's the time that people wake up, hereabouts. Typing. Let's hope she's not there. Oh, how can you read this? Austrian birth name, yes, I know. There's no concrete evidence that she was the one who coldly declared that the Mickey, blah 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 blah. Where's my translation? Is my translation ready? Can I steal her stuff? Helga von Hunterdorf. So, I'm old, Max. I'm just not as tough as all you youngsters. Can I take this as some chocolate or something? Just closes it. Also, the thing is, it's just so annoying. What? Can I lie down? Okay. Okay, so she took a medallion, and she's one of the bad guys. I don't know. This is all the.
Something's missing here.
Something's missing.
Testing. Can anyone hear me? Hotch kiss to Earth. Come in, Earth. Oh, okay. I think we're rolling. Now, let's get a look at these hallways. So rich in detail. You'd never know this place was built in 1920. It's all so 18th C. Oh, and there's Marie. I feel so close to her, just being here. It's as if her spirit is in the air, sweet as the smell of fried chicken.
What? So is there another power pack here somewhere? The boots. The mighty boots. Stomping boots. So can I set her alarm clock to wake her at a more humane time? Is her radiator broken as well? No. it is not. No, we're not turning back yet. We have things to do. There must be some more. Something.
Something's missing here.
So can we take it back? Too empty, right? Okay, nothing's happening. Grrr. This game is really annoying me now. So now I have to wait some hours for it to charge, but I can't wait a few hours because she will be back in her room, and she already told me if she finds me in her room, then it's game over. For whatever reason. But that's the way it goes. So let's head down, ask her if she has the translation with her.
Hello, my fellow night owl. Or perhaps I should say hoot hoot. Ooh, did you find anything of interest in my room?
I did pop in there, though interesting doesn't begin to describe the place. Would you mind if I went back another time?
Of course not. Pop in all you like, just not when I'm working.
I saw a letter on your desk from your friend, the Baroness von Hunseldorf, and I'm just wondering, did the medallion she gave you have a blue stone in it by any chance?
Heavens, no! Where did you hear such a thing? My medallion had a green stone in it. Anything else would be a mere imposter, a flaming faker, do you hear me?
Do you know anything about a tiara that was given to Marie Antoinette?
The infamous tiara, of course! Oh, people thought Marie had this extravagant piece commissioned for herself, and they hated her for it. But really, it was her husband, King Louis XVI, who had it made for her birthday. Oh, she didn't want it, refused to wear it, and then, a few months before the revolution broke out, the tiara disappeared.
What do you mean it disappeared?
It was never found. There were rumors that she had it destroyed, but no one has ever been able to prove this.
What do you think of Lisa Ostrom?
That Leslie, yes, oh, real dynamo, but... oh, I told Chester that I would not require any maid service during my stay. I don't know why she didn't get the message.
See you soon.
Goodbye. I'm so glad you stopped by. I've translated the entire journal. It's fabulous! And as an added bonus, it includes Marie's official decoder, something no one else has ever found before.
See you soon.
Goodbye.
So, what time is it? Do I have time to get that stuff? Yes, hopefully. Ah, yeah, it's all Louis' fault, of course. Nah, I hate German dubs. I only play with the original, if I can do. So, there is some bold stuff there, which we better note down. Honor is blue. Courage is red. Red Badge of Courage, a famous work about the Civil War. Loyalty, which is green. So we need all three of them. So we need the green one. The green one, Dexter had it when he was outside. But where's this person decoder thing? Is that something else? No, that's her notes, her notes, her notes, notes. And what's up with the camera? She saw something, but what did she see? Let's try. Is it charged?
Something's missing here.
It's not. It's not charged, is it? So we'll be waiting for it to recharge, which is tomorrow, I think. And then we're thinking about how we're getting that. What time is it now? It's 5. So we might as well try thinking about. Now we won't be there, so we have to wait until 9. So let's go down there. Let's see if he's there. Talk about the
Hey there, Nancy.
Okay.
No,
See ya,
doesn't
Mr.
wanna
Egan.
talk
Bye,
with me
kiddo.
about it. No, she's not there. He's not there. No one is there. Hey, Plo, how are you? I'm already almost at the 5-hour mark, so I'm cracking. I'm cracking a lot.
Look,
Jack is
keep the
there. I
stupid
keep the
medallion. It's
medallion.
yours.
Okay, I want to give it back, but nope. Then I'll keep it. Safety safe, yeah. Hopefully, I'm not so sure about this game. This game has some very weird pacing, so I'm not sure how far I am. My problem is that the kids should be home any minute, so let's see about that. So, this room, maybe he hid it somewhere here. Maybe it's not even, maybe I don't even have to activate the lifts. So what's this? Nothing. It's a newspaper that we read. I've got the medallion from her room, from the professor's room. Okay, I can look through them, but there's nothing out there. So this is the skill. It's starting. Is the skill starting here, or where's the skill going? So I can look out there. There's nothing there. So I don't know what that should tell me. Is it with the other machine, maybe? Ah! It's a rat! Ah! Oh, I've got it. Got it. Oh, got it. Okay, get back inside, because we're probably gonna freeze to death in a second. Whew. Okay, so easy peasy. So now we have to get back in the secret room. Fuck. But why did Lisa say that Dexter took out the medallion, and now suddenly there's a rat which has the medallion? So it confuses me. So we're going to the first floor. We're opening the door. That is the small key. We're typing in the code. But I mean, 5 hours of streaming is quite a bit. I respect Jake's routine in that matter, that he can just do it without any problems. It's not something, the concentration is really going down at some point. But what really one of the things that really annoys me about the game is that there. Oh god, what was the last one? No. So now we get another brute force. Fantastic! So 4. 4, 3, 6, 5, no. 4, 3, 6, 2, 6, 1. I mean, there are tons of shortcuts in this, but why can't I use any of the shortcuts? And what's up with those 2 rooms? Are they actually play? Is there anything that they do, or is it just?
It's locked.
Seriously. Oh. Oh, why? Why? And for example, this is just bullshit. And I don't swear often, but I've already done this, and now I'm tired. I don't want to do it again. This is the one up there. And if I have to do the whole coin pushing as well, then I'm going crazy. No, lucky. Makes me really wanna push the button. So I've got it all behind me. The gold room. So what is what? So do we know? Do we care? So honor is blue. Courage.
Looks like a keyhole of some sorts. Looks like a keyhole of some sort.
Okay, I'm missing something here. Damn you, game. Damn you, game. And I know what I'm missing here. I know it. I already know it because there was this camera in her room and it probably has something amazing on it that we need. But at least it's easy to get out of here again. That's the one thing. The room? I've been in the room already. I've got the other stuff, I think. Unless there's even more of it. But now we're going back to that room. And then we'll see what happens. So camera, are you charged?
Something's missing.
Ooh, what's this? It appears to be some kind of peephole. But what, pray, does it peep upon? Shall I peep? La la, I do believe I'll peep. The beauty, the colors. So this is what Helga told me to look for.
What?
Where's my medallion?
Her medallion?
It fits! Note to self, high five Team Hotchkiss! And what's this?
But why does she have a medallion?
Eureka! It says the diamond!
Diamonds? Anything else I can steal? Let's see, what did Helga write again? Okay, nothing. Now we have to look for this place. We found that place earlier. It is some kind of special room in this, on this floor, if I remember correctly. There it is. So there's a peephole there. So the truth is today. Today the truth is the idea of the whole of the world. Look what we have here. So they have. You can. So we are being smarty pants, and then we have him. Look, green. Green has the arrow and the snowflake. Immer, yeah, to do as always. Yes, you're absolutely right. Okay, can I take it back, please? So red is arrow and red is the star and the feather or something. And blue is, oh, blue is 3 things? Are the others 3 as well? So it's moon, fleur de lis or whatever, and drop. Okay, what worries me now is that I have no idea what. Let's check it right for a second. No. That I have no idea what I need these symbols for. So that's her again. Oh my god, can I check that as well? No, phew, lucky. Where else have I seen? Yeah, in the room, of course. Did I miss something in the room? If Jake is giving me hints, okay, I'll head over there again. Because I've got nothing else to do anyway, so.
It's locked.
Yeah, I think the husband wanted to try to get them to grab a bite to eat with him. So we might the gremlin invasion has been postponed for now, but I doubt that he can keep them off for that long. I won't mind if you okay, it changed it again. Four, one. Four, one. Four, one, three, 1, 3, 6, 2, 4, 1, 3, 6, 5, 2.
It's locked.
Another 6 save. Continue again. Let's have a look. Okay. Those are not the symbols
Looks
down
like
here.
a keyhole of some sorts.
So, but Jake said there is something in this room. Is it something with a picture? Because the picture is awfully suspicious. This is really what I really don't know what to do there. I really don't know. There's nothing here. There's nothing. Is there? Is something here? I don't see it. I need some kind of key.
Looks like a keyhole of some sorts.
This is the only thing that I found that is almost keyish. Let's think about this logically. What hints do we have? We know that there's something with I mean, this is... there is something wrong with this. But what? Why isn't there a sliding puzzle? This is a nice little sliding puzzle. Slamming in. Yeah, but I don't know the right symbols. Oil it. Okay, you got me there. Oil it. No oiling. Dust it. It should be glowing if there's something happening there. Burn it! Unlock it. But Jake is right. Maybe I first have to look at the floor and then try. And then try what to do there. So which one goes where? Let's slam the red one. Yeah. Because I don't really care. So let's do it like this. So bump. Blue blood, you know. Is this right? I don't know. Is this right? I don't know. Maybe not.
Something's missing here.
You are right, Nancy. Something's missing here. Something is missing here. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying at least, Jake. So I don't know.
Something's missing here.
Done that. What? Where is that? Ah, no, I didn't. Where is that? I thought you just told me about it. What time is it? I did read. Yeah, I did read it. But there wasn't anything exciting in it. Yeah, I did read it though. And she told me that she also had the cipher, but I didn't find the cipher. I was in a room and read it, so I don't know. Let's make a save here. Because we left the medallions and stuff, so let's make it other way around.
Looks like a keyhole of some sorts. Looks like a keyhole of some sorts. Something's missing here. Looks like a keyhole of some sorts.
The text is changing. Look, when I have this combination, it says something's missing. When I take this combination,
looks like a keyhole.
Looks like a keyhole. So this is probably the right combination. Just have to open the door. Just a second. Yeah, but I never found the decoder. That's my problem. I never got the decoder. Where is that decoder? Is the big question. They've mopped the floor. Because I was checking her room, but I didn't see any decoders. Mop the floor. I think I've done the picture. I won't guarantee it, but... The problem is, where's that decoder? She mentioned it, but I never found it, and so that might be the reason why I'm stuck or stumped. It's 6 o'clock, so... The question is, do we... Okay, go back to her room. Forget it, just walking back. Not gonna save us that much time. Yeah, I only started late, fan of game, so in theory, I still have a few moments. But I mean, it's like this golden room looks so much like it's the end of anything, and then the boss comes and traps me, and then I just have to do the final labyrinth, and all is good. But so this is the what's it called? The diary, and this is the translation that I saw. This is honor is blue, courage is red, and loyalty is green. And I assumed that this was the decoder, but that was before I saw the symbols. Because the symbols, of course, imply that there is more to it. There is something else to decode. that. And that's really the question. So where is the decoder? Is there a decoder? Maybe in the suitcase, but I checked the suitcase already. Selga, nothing. I mean, the logical place for it would be, of course, next to the typewriter, but there's nothing next to the typewriter, is there?
I think I see what the symbols in the stained glass mean now. Let's see. Purple rose.
Okay, let's forget
gold
about all this
diamond,
and
key of
never
queen.
speak of it
But
again.
where have I seen a purple rose?
Never
And what's
speak
a
of it
diamond
again.
key?
I mean, I thought there was some scrap from her food or her notes or whatever. So the translation is something like moon is not on there. Blood is not. Ah, okay, that's the second half. So key. Key, and then the E thingy, the off. Key of queen. And the arrow was on the second page, I think. The arrow is to hold. To hold. Okay, and now the last part, which is the star. The star is purple. And the weird springy thing is rose. So hold. I am missing one thing, I think, here. Of purple rose to hold king of queen. King of queen. Purple rose. Hold. This is the other way around. Okay. Hold key of queen. Okay. Okay. So this is probably then the thing that hopefully triggers it. I will save here again, just so we don't have to run back. Purple rose FU. Once the puzzler gets going, the game is not that bad, but it takes a while to get there. And then if you miss a small thing, then you'll do a lot of things several times. Like opening the door. Because they once again changed the code. So 3, 5, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, 2, 1, 3, 5, 2, 1, 3, 5, 2, 1, 6, 4. Yeah, Jake. Yeah, the thing is, Jake, that oh, no, that's the wrong way, my friend. We want to go there. That I can very much sympathize with the whole being blind thing, because it's happened.
Locked.
And especially after several hours, you're just tired. You don't want to do this, but you still do, because that's the way it is. Just tired, then you miss stuff. It's just unavoidable. And then I assumed that the decoder would be the thing that is at the end with the red and blue, but it's obviously not.
I need something to pry these tiles off.
Okay, and now it's time for the oil.
I need something to pry these tiles off.
So, because that's the one thing that we haven't used at all. It feels so good to be almost done. Almost.
The diamond!
Woo! Will you look at that sparkly rock? And me without my sunglasses.
Hi, Lisa. How did you get in here?
I followed you, of course. Turns out a nosy, goody-two-shoes detective is good to have around after all. Now why don't you toss me that big honkin' diamond so I can blow this popsicle stand and never set foot in lame-o, Wisconsin again.
Lisa, you must be kidding me. This diamond belongs in a museum in France.
Yeah? Well, I belong in the lap of luxury, and that diamond's gonna get me there. Hasn't anybody ever told you to mind your own business?
Oh, many times.
Well, maybe this time you'll learn.
My eyes!
Don't worry. My spicy devil villain venom won't last for long. But I'm afraid by the time you get your eyes back, you'll have missed my grand exit.
What the heck? Is this Batman now?
So you're the one who trapped me in the elevator.
Ooh, you are a smarty pants. But let's not forget about your little frostbite incident. I'm the rotten friend who locked you outside too, you know. Just trying to keep you on your toes, Nancy. Didn't want you to get soft on your vacation.
Why did you leave Jacques' medallion at Hotchkiss's room? And Hotchkiss's medallion out in the shed?
To spread suspicion around, of course.
What?
You know, to play with your mind. Plus, I was at a dead end. I got the 2 messages from the stained glass window, but then what? I knew you would figure it out, so I decided to put the medallions in your hands and let you lead the way.
Why did you have to vandalize that beautiful library?
Just a little translation mix-up. When I read the message from Hotchkiss's medallion, I thought it meant Diamond of Misery in the library. Whoops, guess I went a little overboard looking for it in there. Anyway, enough with the questions, Nancy. You'll just have to read the rest in the papers.
I've got to stop her.
Wow!
Get me out of here!
That's what I've been waiting for a while now, to use that
It's all
damn
moldy.
trap.
Darn you, Nancy Drew.
Because otherwise it's so
You're the worst
stupid. I
friend
mean,
a
this
diamond thief
huge
could ever
concrete
have.
bottom.
Dear Dad, to think I almost became friends with a diamond thief. Everyone at Wickford Castle is resting easier now that Marie Antoinette's journal and her famous diamond are safe and sound. The journal, the diamond, and the medallions are all going to be featured in a new Marie Antoinette exhibit in Paris. And it looks like everyone will be rewarded. Except Lisa, of course. First, she missed her plane to Rio, and now she's going to be charged with attempted grand theft. Professor Hotchkiss is thrilled because the French government has granted her permission to publish Marie's journal in the U.S. before it gets returned to France. This ought to help prove.
Thank you, my friends. It was a pleasure. Although I have to admit, the last half hour was, especially the last half hour was.
In the meantime, Jacques and Isabel have eloped.
At least of my sanity.
I showed Dexter
And
the
thank you
poem
for all
that
your
Ezra
kind
Wickford
assistance,
wrote it,
and
he was relieved to know that
I
his old
never
blood
would have
didn't
found that
carry any
decoder
hard
if it weren't
feelings
for
to his
you.
grave. All the talk shows want Dexter to tell his story on national television, but he keeps turning them down. I guess he doesn't want to be famous or infamous. But when
I
Christy
think
Lane called
the
and
problem is
asked
that
Dexter
the
to be her
setup and the
business
characters
partner,
are
he
awful.
accepted. With her
All the
business
running
sense and
around
Dexter's
with
expert
lack
knowledge
of
the
shortcuts
castle, I think
is
they'll make a
awful,
great
because
team.
I mean you
So,
unlock
you
those
know what they
shortcuts
say,
and then
Dad.
you can't
Il n'est
use
jamais
them.
trop tard de changer
It's
l'histoire.
just horrible.
It's never too late to change history. Me,
I think
I'm
the
determined to
puzzles
go out and
are
enjoy this
okay, a tad easy maybe. I mean, they're not very hard puzzles. Compared to, I mean, some of the other puzzles I've seen are much harder than this. And so, tier 1 is the lowest tier? Or is it the highest tier? I don't know. I don't know how tiers work in English. This is the highest tier. Because I think that, I mean, the Iceland one was really good. Alpha did a great job. It was a good game. It was funny. There's some interesting stuff. And this one was just, thank you, Rike. But this is okay. It was okay. I think it's a kids game. I mean, and a lot of things don't make sense. But there's so many plot holes in it. So what's up with Doug? What is up with Dexter? Was he the one that stole the $50 and ran away, or who was it? That all doesn't make sense. So it's just, they've just put stuff in that happens. So anyways, thanks all, and how is Fan of Gaming doing? Is he ready? And then I can take care of my little gremlins who kindly left me alone for now. So if one of the mods could be kind enough to change the host, that would be great. And maybe I'll stream again, but I don't think it will be 6 hours. So